Hello and welcome back to our video series. So this is where we sit down together and we just discuss different things that are happening in the cloud industry. So today we're going to be talking about the YellowDog Index. So we're going to give a little bit of an overview about what the YellowDog Index is. And in particular, we're going to focus in on its eco score. So how we collect this information, what the significance of it is, and then also how you can action it through the YellowDog platform. So now, do you want to kick us off by giving us an introduction into the YellowDog Index?
Sure. So the YellowDog Index is the way that we as YellowDog characterize the attributes of the cloud market that's out there. So we look at things like machine purpose, locations, vCPUs, RAMs, things like that. We look at price. We look at the different OSs that are available. But one of the things we also characterize is the eco score. The eco score, which is the score that we would apply to the actual data center where the particular instances are.
Okay, brilliant. So in particular, focusing in on the eco score, how is it that we track that? How do we gather information and use it for the index?
Sure. Let me just share the YellowDog Index on screen right now. The key thing, as you can see here, is the set of filters or attributes I was talking about. Down here, we also have the eco score, which ranges from A, which is very, very good, to F, which is, of course, the bottom of the list. And if we pick any of the choices that we have here in the middle of the screen, we can actually look at the scores of the data centers that we have. So we just choose this one here at random. So what you have is this is a particular machine instance from AWS. It's available across the world. And you can see those large letters that are determining really what the eco scores of the individual data centers where those machines are available are. So they range, as I was saying, from the A's down to the B's and C's and D's and E's and so on. So what we do is we learn from the cloud providers whether they have data centers which run 100% on renewable power sources. And if we don't get those, we actually look at the countries where these data centers are and look at general electricity power generation and look at what percentage of that generation is actually from renewable sources. And of course, we give each thing a score, and that's what you're seeing on screen right now in terms of the index.
Okay, brilliant. So in terms of businesses and individuals that come onto the index, what is the significance of being able to track and view the sustainability of the options before them?
It gives users and, in fact, actually the public have access to the YellowDog Index, but the choice to look at other things beyond pure price performance, other attributes of the way that they use compute. And I think what's really, really key here is knowing that there's lots of choice out there and knowing that you can look at data centers, you know, in that previous example where there are multiple, and of course there may be differences in the individual eco scores of the actual data center, and allowing people to have that choice to kind of go, oh, you know what, if I move my compute to here, I'm actually making a better choice for the environment.
Yeah, brilliant. So in terms of YellowDog, how is it that businesses are able to action that information that they can gather from the index?
So we use what we call best source of compute algorithms. And again, I'm just going to share my screen so you can actually see how the portal, which is our window into the YellowDog platform, actually works. So if I just move to this other tab, what I have here is a best source of compute report. And what this is a view of a set of effectively constraints and preferences which a user might set. So for example, I want my compute from certain regions. It has to have a certain amount of vCPU, but I can set preferences. And what I've done here in this particular report is set a preference for give me compute from the data centers with the best eco scores. And it'll then rank the particular machines, the particular data centers, which make sense given those particular preferences and constraints. And you can see here that this one here from US West 2 at AWS has got a better eco score than, for example, the one at the bottom of the list here, which is US East 1. The key thing here with this really is that this report is available to the user before they actually provision any compute. So rather than having kind of a look back to see how sustainable what was the acquisition of compute in the cloud from us, we can actually make those decisions beforehand. All this information comes from the YellowDog Index. And you can set up multiple of these particular reports so that rather than making a choice as such based on past information, you're making your choice proactively.
Wow. Yes, you can really see the significance of, that proactivity in terms of, really embedding sustainability into your decision making,
Mm-hmm.
and with relative ease as well. With all that in front of you, the report is generated for you, so it's not as if you have to kind of search yourself across different platforms. So yeah, that looks great. So yeah, thank you, Niall, for taking us through that. As always, these videos will be available on our website as well as our social media channels. And if you have any questions or you'd like to get in contact with us, please feel free to. So yeah, thanks again, Niall, for joining me, and we'll see you again for the next video.